Mars in astrology. Mars is aggression. Mars is also drive. So we need Mars. We need Mars to push us, and we need Mars to tell us when something's wrong. Because when, let's say, someone's pushing your boundaries or is trying to assert power over you, Mars is what's going to kick in to make us angry, to tell us this is wrong. Mars is like the kind of protector inside us, because if, someone's in danger, Mars is what would kick up. And so when we think about it, Mars is the ruler of Aries, and it also the traditional ruler of Scorpio. And Aries rules the first house, or is associated with the first house, which is like initiation, leadership. That's why when people have South Node in the first house or in Aries, they sometimes can be associated with having past lives in military, or or being a fighter of some sort, or even like an athlete, because the first house also has to do with physicality. But yeah, going back to Mars is also like getting into kind of like metaphysical theories here, from what I've researched. Mars is a very mysterious planet and has been associated to possibly like the reptilian brain, which has to do with our anger and aggression. So I find that interesting. And Mars energy is also associated with male energy, with the masculine, and the masculine energy is associated with will, and feminine energy is associated with like intuition and receiving. So we need the two masculine and feminine energies together to basically like manifest, to create anything. We need both of those energies together. So Mars and Venus are both personal planets because we use both of those throughout our lives to tell us what we desire so that we can go after what we desire. So both of those planets are heavily involved in creation and initiating and going after what we want. And that's why they're both so heavily intertwined in relationships as well, because Mars being the traditional ruler of Scorpio, and Scorpio having to do with like sexuality. And yeah, you think like we get out a lot of physical emotions that are within us through sexual activities. So yes, Mars and Venus work in tandem very closely together, in my opinion, masculine and feminine energies. And so that is Mars, and I will go over other planets later. So yeah, and if you're interested in booking, you can check my link out on Insta.